Meanwhile, in other business news, Indian exports to the Nordic-Baltic region have witnessed an impressive surge, soaring from 39% from 2018-19 to 2022 and 2023. The Union Commerce Minister, Piyush Goyal, addressing the CII India-Nordic-Baltic Business Conclave 2023, extended a very warm invitation to the companies from the region, urging them to invest in India. Well, zooming in, the growth story unveils impressive figures. Exports to Finland and Norway have demonstrated exceptional performance, witnessing spikes of over 100% and 80% respectively. Not only this, Minister Goyal pinpointed key sectors for collaboration, from pharmaceuticals and tech to AI, Internet of Things, electric vehicles and the marine industry. India extends a strategic invitation for investments and partnerships as well. Looking ahead, the Commerce Minister emphasized on collaborative opportunities. The Nordic-Baltic nations, renowned for innovation, green tech and blockchain-led transformations, align with India's vision with active pursuits in the India-EU Free Trade Agreement. The aim is not just expanding trade in goods and services, but also exploring new frontiers in tourism, technology and greener energies. Now, as the curtain rises, India's $3.5 trillion economy positions itself for a tenfold growth, predicting a $35 trillion economy in the next 30 years in the country. Meanwhile, Norway's Deputy Foreign Minister, Andreas Motzfeldt Kravik, spoke to WION along the sidelines of the second CII India-Nordic-Baltic Business Conclave in New Delhi. Listen in to what he has to say on the growing India-Nordic ties.
With me is the Deputy Foreign Minister of Norway. So welcome to WION. You are here for an important conclave. You held several meetings with many of the ministers as well. So starting with this relationship, India-Norway relationship, how do you characterize this relationship going forward?
The relationship we have in India is very strong and very resilient. We see India as a vital partner for us in terms of achieving our core foreign policy objectives, which is essentially to ensure that we are able to tackle and address the biggest global challenges of our time, namely climate change, the preservation of multilateralism, the preservation of international law. And we see India as a vital bridge builder to the global south, and a country that we are adamant to partner with and that we are able to find good solutions with on a whole host of topics. So the meetings I've had have confirmed the relationship, that the relationship is strong, and that we're both committed, both India and Norway are both committed to preserving and advancing that relationship.
Areas of cooperation look like clean technology and Arctic. If you can shed some light on how you plan to collaborate or cooperate with India on that issue.
So both India and Norway have set very clear targets for how we want to transition into a greener economy and achieve our respective objectives under the Paris Agreement. So we want both our governments are determined to become carbon neutral, and that requires us to think long term, and that requires us to think creatively in terms of how we organize our respective economies. So we have had lots of good meetings now with various counterparts. I've met with 5 ministers. I've met with various representatives of the Indian business sector, the Indian scientific community, Indian representatives of civil society. And it has just confirmed again to me that India is a global leader when it comes to transitioning into a greener economy. There is lots of creative thinking going on both in the Indian government in terms of what is required to be more, to be greener in its approach to how it gets its energy supplied, but also in terms of attaining new technology and moving forward with new means of production and energy sources. So I've lots of things that I will take back to my counterparts back home, the Prime Minister, the Foreign Minister, the Minister of Environment. And I think these 2 days in India so far have, again, just confirmed both our government's determination, but also our willingness and ability to move towards a greener economy and a greener future.